Somewhere in the United States today, a USCIS officer is going to spend exactly 4 minutes looking at your green card application. 4 minutes. That is the average amount of time a single I-485 file receives before an officer reaches one of 3 decisions: approve it, send it back for more evidence, or deny it outright. In 2026, more applications are landing in that third pile than at any point in the last decade. And the reason is almost never what people assume. It is not your country of origin. It is not your visa history. It is not even how long you have been in the country. It is paperwork. Specifically, the paperwork most people did not know they were supposed to file in the first place. What you are about to learn in the next 10 minutes is not on the USCIS website in plain English. It is the kind of guidance most applicants only receive after they have already paid an attorney or after they have already been denied. Stay with me to the end of this video because right around the 8-minute mark, I am going to walk you through the single mistake that has destroyed more I-485 cases in 2026 than any other. It is not a form. It is not a missing document. It is a decision applicants make after their case is already filed, usually because nobody warned them in time. I will come back to it. Do not miss it. Here is what the next 10 minutes are worth to you. You are going to leave this video knowing exactly what adjustment of status is and who actually qualifies for it. You will know the 8 forms USCIS expects to see when your packet arrives in their mailroom, and the 2 you should never, ever pay extra for. You will know the documents the smartest applicants gather before they ever touch the I-485. You will know the 3 deadlines USCIS will never call you about. And you will know what to expect for the 18 months that follow the day you press send. Welcome to U.S. Immigration News Daily, your trusted source for the latest updates and expert guidance on U.S. immigration. If you are new here, subscribe now so you never miss a critical update. One note before we go deeper. Everything in this video is educational. It is not legal advice, and it is not a substitute for an attorney who knows your file. If your case is complex, and most are, please consult a qualified immigration lawyer. With that said, let us begin. Section 1. What adjustment of status really is. If you are inside the United States right now on any kind of valid status, tourist visa, student visa, work visa, or in some specific cases an expired status, adjustment of status is the path that lets you become a lawful permanent resident without ever leaving the country. That is the one-sentence definition. But the part nobody explains clearly is this. Adjustment of status is not a single form. It is a packet. A coordinated set of applications, sworn statements, and supporting evidence that USCIS reviews as one decision. The I-485 is the spine of that packet, but the spine alone does not stand. In 2026, more I-485s are being rejected at the front door before an officer even reviews them, because the packet is incomplete. USCIS does not call you, they do not email. They mail the entire stack back with a rejection notice, and your priority date keeps moving without you. Months of waiting, gone in one envelope. 3 core paths qualify for AOS. Family-based, where a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident is sponsoring you. Employment-based, where a U.S. employer has filed for you. And humanitarian categories, asylum, refugee, U visa, T visa, or VAWA. If you are in any one of those 3 lanes, this video is built for you. One important note before we go further. Even if you fall into one of those categories, certain bars to admissibility, like unauthorized employment, fraud, or some criminal records, can block AOS entirely. If any of that applies to your situation, please speak with an attorney before you file. One mistake on a packet you should never have filed is far more expensive than one consultation. Section 2. The 8 forms. Now the packet itself. Most successful AOS filings include 8 specific forms. Pause this video and screenshot. I have organized them in filing order. Form I-485 is the application itself. It is what makes you a green card applicant in the eyes of the federal government. Form I-130 is the petition your relative files if your case is family-based. It proves the relationship qualifies under immigration law. Form I-864 is the affidavit of support, your sponsor's legally binding promise that you will not become a public charge. If your sponsor's income falls short, you may need a joint sponsor, and that joint sponsor files their own I-864. Form I-765 is your work permit application, the EAD. Form I-131 is your travel document called advance parole. And here is the part that costs applicants real money every year. When I-765 and I-131 are filed at the same time as your I-485, Both are completely free. No additional fee. Filed even 1 day later, separately, you pay nearly $1,200 for the same 2 documents. Bundle them, always. Form I-693 is your medical examination, sealed by a USCIS designated civil surgeon. Not your regular doctor, not a walk-in clinic, not telehealth. The envelope seal must be intact when USCIS opens it, or the form is rejected on site. Form I-944 is the public charge worksheet, required for some categories depending on current policy. And Form G-1145 is the e-notification request. Technically optional, but it triggers automatic text and email alerts the moment your packet is logged. Always included. One more thing on filing. Every form must be the most current edition USCIS has published, and every signature must be original. Black ink, real pen, no copy-pasted images. An older edition or a missing signature is an automatic rejection. Print fresh forms the week you file. Section 3. Documents before filing. Here is the difference between a case approved in 12 months and a case that drags into year 3. The applicants who finish fastest are the ones who collect every supporting document before they ever touch the I-485. The applicants who get stuck are the ones who file first and gather later. 5 categories of evidence. Identity. Your birth certificate with a certified English translation, if it is not in English, the biographical page of your passport, your I-94 arrival record, and 2 recent passport-style photos. Status. Copies of every visa stamp you have ever held, your most recent EAD if you have one, and the most recent I-797 approval notice in your file. If you are family-based, relationship evidence, your marriage certificate, joint financial accounts, a lease or mortgage with both names on it, photographs taken across multiple years, and signed affidavits from people who know your relationship is real. Financial evidence from your sponsor. 3 years of federal tax returns, W-2s, 6 recent pay stubs, and a current employment verification letter on company letterhead. And medical. Listen carefully. Only an I-693 sealed by a USCIS designated civil surgeon will be accepted. The wrong signature on that single form ends an entire case before it begins. One organizational tip from people who have done this successfully. Label every document with the form it supports. I-485 evidence, I-864 evidence, I-693 evidence, and place them in that order behind each form. USCIS officers reviewing organized packets approve faster. Disorganized packets generate requests for evidence even when nothing is missing. Section 4. The 3 deadlines. Now the deadlines. These destroy more I-485 cases than any single document mistake. USCIS does not remind you of these. They do not call. They do not text. They send one notice, and if you miss it, your case is over. Deadline 1. The Visa Bulletin filing window. Your category and your priority date have to be current the month your packet is received. File when your category is not current. USCIS rejects the entire packet and returns it. The Visa Bulletin updates monthly. I cover every release on this channel. Deadline 2. Your biometrics appointment. 4 to 6 weeks after USCIS receives your packet, they mail a notice with a date, a time, and a location. If you do not show up and you do not reschedule before that date, your application is administratively closed. No refund, no work permit. Years of waiting, gone. Deadline 3. The request for evidence response. If USCIS sends you an RFE, the cover sheet states a response deadline, typically 87 days. Day 88 is denial. Not, we will review it late. Denial. There is no extension, no grace period. Set a calendar reminder the moment that envelope arrives, and respond at least 2 weeks early. If you need a document from abroad, request it the day the RFE arrives. Not the next week, not after the weekend, that same day. Section 5. What happens after you file? So you have collected your documents. You have filed your packet correctly. You have made your deadlines. What does the next year and a half actually look like? In the first 3 weeks, you receive a receipt notice with your USCIS case number. Save it. You will use that number for every status check, every inquiry, every escalation for the next 2 years. Between weeks 4 and 8, your biometrics appointment is scheduled and completed. Between weeks 6 and 12, your work permit and travel document are typically issued. That is when you can legally work and re-enter the country with advance parole. Between months 6 and 14, your interview is scheduled at your local USCIS field office, and between months 8 and 18, you receive an approval and a physical green card, a request for evidence, or, in rare cases, a denial that can be appealed. Processing times vary by service center, by visa category, and by current USCIS workload. Do not panic if your timeline runs long. Most do. During this entire wait, do 3 things. Keep your address current with USCIS using Form AR11 within 10 days of any move. Do not let your EAD expire. File the renewal 180 days before the expiration date. And keep every receipt, every notice, every letter from USCIS in one folder. You will need them. The number 1 mistake. I told you I would come back to the single biggest mistake I-485 filers are making in 2026. Here it is. Filing your I-485, and then leaving the United States before your advance parole document is approved and physically in your hand. Not approved on the USCIS website. Not in transit. In your hand. The day USCIS receives your I-485, your immigration status begins to transition. If you leave the country before advance parole is approved, even for a family emergency, even for a 24-hour business trip, USCIS treats your application as abandoned. The case is denied. The filing fee is gone. The work permit is revoked. And depending on how long you remained in the U.S. before filing, you can be barred from re-entry for years. This is the mistake immigration attorneys see almost every week. Smart, hard-working people who waited months to file, only to lose everything because of a flight booked without checking their case status first. No wedding, no funeral, no contract, no flight is worth that. Wait for the document, hold it in your hand, then travel. Key takeaways. 3 things to walk away with today. 1. Bundle I-765 and I-131 with your I-485. It is free, and it gives you both work and travel authorization while your case is pending. 2. Collect every document before you file, not after. The applicants who finish fastest are the ones who never have to scramble for paperwork. 3. Never travel internationally until your advance parole is approved and in your possession. Everything else is recoverable. That mistake is not. If this video gave you clarity that nobody else has given you, do something for me. Share it with one person who needs it. There are millions of people in the United States right now who are eligible for adjustment of status and have no idea where to start. Your share could be the difference between their case approved and their case denied. Subscribe to U.S. Immigration News Daily to join our community so you never miss a USCIS update, a visa bulletin breakdown, or a policy change. Drop your question about your I-485 case in the comments below. I read every single one, and the top 5 most asked questions are answered in this Wednesday's video. Thanks for watching U.S. Immigration News Daily, your trusted partner for immigration success. I will see you in the next video. Stay informed, stay prepared.